I see. So you started working at Goodies again. But you haven't quit that job at the publishing company yet, right? The paper you were working on sounded really difficult too, so I'm a little worried. You're not pushing yourself too hard, right? Still, I know you'll just see through others' requests to the very end, no matter what I say. Won't you, Haruki-kun? Actually, about a year ago, I saw you working through the windows one time when I happened to walk past the restaurant. It looked like you were lecturing all the girls in there about this and that, just like you always do. Everyone looked so afraid of you, Haruki-kun. But whenever something happened, everyone knew to run to you for help. You looked really busy running between the hall and the kitchen all the time. I guess that's just something you were born with. Even if you are a little scary, people will always want to gather around you and ask you for help. I felt really happy when I saw that. After all, it reminded me how I once knew you in the past. A side of you that you're not showing me anymore, Haruki-kun. Let's get back to where we started, shall we? Hey, will you be working during this winter break as well? If it's all right with you, and if it won't be a bother to you, then No, it's nothing important. Talk to you later.
You can edit text before you send it, so why didn't she just delete those unimportant things? She probably kept them there on purpose, thinking I'd be super curious about it or something. Man. There was the slightest bit of poison in Setsuna's text. Is she being less reserved, if only just a little? Is she starting to show her true self? If that's the case, perhaps it's a sign of good things to come, isn't it? Keeping everything to herself without saying a word, to the point where she almost bursts, and exhausting her energy to suppress it. Up until a few days ago, Setsuna has been repeating those actions non-stop, rapidly tiring herself out in the process. We can't see each other face to face, nor can we hear each other's voices, but we can still feel that we're connected. Considering our current situation, this text-only relationship might be the most comfortable solution for both of us. Alright, for now, I'll put my thoughts on hold, whether it be thoughts of optimistically looking forward or pessimistically running away. The weekend lunch rush. I should just forget everything and work like I've never worked before. I wonder how she's doing right now. Good morning. Good morning. We've been waiting for you, Kidahara-san.
Oh, you're finally here. We have a huge backlog of orders waiting, so we'll need you to go all out from the very beginning, Kidahara-san. Come on, Sugiura-san. Don't just stand there. Table 15's calling for you.
Floor manager? What's going on here?
We didn't have nearly enough members for the evening shift, so we arranged for him to come over in the evening. But he wouldn't be Kidahara-san if he didn't come over before lunch even started. You looked like you were really looking forward to it, so I didn't tell you. I thought that it'd be more interesting this way.
Sugiura? The certain person that I was worried about just now is trembling in front of me with a vivid blush on her face for some reason. Was letting her go off on her own on only the third day too much for her to handle after all? Hey, Sugiura?
Please wait a little longer. I'll be done soon.
No, slow down and chew more thoroughly. It's better for your digestion that way. The lunch rush is over, and the restaurant staff are finally able to breathe sighs of relief as we enter the early afternoon. With the level of expertise far above what you would expect from someone who's only been here for 3 days, Sugiura worked flawlessly through both the morning and lunch, and is now enjoying her break in the staff room. And she's also voraciously digging into my cooking at the same time. Would you like some tea?
Yeah, please.
I have a number of theories as to why she's eating with such abandon right now. Maybe she tired herself too much working so fiercely through the lunch rush that by the time she could have lunch herself, her hunger became too much to bear. Or perhaps she believes that she shouldn't be so brazen as to take her time with her breaks, given that she's still new here. Or maybe...
Thanks for the food.
Well, what did you want to talk to me about?
So, you were tired of waiting for me after all? You even tried to pretend to be considerate by telling me to chew thoroughly and whatnot?
Maybe it's because Sugiura decided to drag me into the anteroom with her while I'm in the middle of my esteemed work hours. Even though she's supposed to be the only one having a break right now.
Please wait just a little longer. Hot?
Are you bad with hot things?
Come on. My tongue's burnt now. Why would you do something like that?
Seems fine to me. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? I have to get back to the kitchen soon. Sato's gaze of death as I left keep flashing through my mind. He didn't get to take a break yet himself, after all.
I'll get to the point then, senpai.
Should we wait a little longer, maybe?
No, I'm fine. The truth is, senpai, I'm feeling a little pressured in the restaurant because of my position.
Did you get harassed by someone? You do seem like the type that others might have a problem with, Sugiura.
I finally understand exactly what kind of person you see me as, senpai.
Am I wrong? And here I thought that I'd actually hit the nail on the head regarding the development that I'd been worried about and predicted would happen.
Everyone's been really kind to me. The workload is a little heavy, but we work great as a team. I'm pretty lucky to have found such a nice place for my first job.
Oh, isn't that great? If you ignore that completely illogical feeling pressured comment just now, of course.
Yeah, it's great, but it feels like they're a little too friendly.
What do you mean?
I got teased by the floor manager earlier.
By Nakagawa-san? Having finally gotten her message across, Sugiura gently nods with her eyes still downcast. But it seems as though she isn't too pleased with what our little sidetracked conversation involved. So her irritated look remains unchanged. Oh, I guess she does have that side to her. But she's really not a mean person at heart.
I understand, but...
I got it. I'll have a quick word with her and let her know that she's bothering you, Sugiura.
It's true that I'm a little bothered by all this, but I think having you talk to her would only make things worse, senpai.
Why is that? And if that's the case, why even come to me for advice in the first place? I thought for sure she wanted me to do something about it.
I just want to clear up this misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
Yeah, the absolutely ridiculous misunderstanding that I'm going out with you, senpai.
Got it. I'll go have a long talk with her. I'll etch those words into every fiber of her being.
Didn't I say that would only make things worse?
But come on, that's ridiculous. How could you and I be going out, Sugiura?
The way you put it sounds awfully disrespectful towards me. Not that I would disagree, though.
Aren't you doing it right now? Wait, hold on. Wouldn't us being here together right now further deepen that misunderstanding?
That's what I wanted some advice on.
You're going to write off these details just like that?
I want to try clearing up the floor managers and everyone else's misunderstanding myself.
How?
I'll make it clear and simple that I have absolutely no interest in someone as old-fashioned, stuck-up, and inflexible as you are, Kirahara-senpai.
Doesn't the way you put it sound awfully disrespectful to me? Not that I would disagree, though.
Aren't you doing it right now?
Okay, so you really think you'll be able to convince them with that? The audacity of this junior of mine.
I do think that it might not be enough. That's why I came to ask you for permission, senpai.
Permission for what? Permission to tell everyone about your girlfriend, senpai?
Neither of us are dating anyone, but we don't feel that way toward each other either. Doesn't sound too convincing, I think. It would have been great if we both had our own partners, but unfortunately, I don't have anyone like that right now.
So I'll be using you to make the point instead, senpai? No objections, right? Wait a minute.
No objections, right?
I did say I wasn't going to disagree earlier, but you can't just let my words in one ear and out the other.
Didn't you promise just the other day that you weren't going to give up?
That doesn't mean you can just get on your high horse like that. Just a few days ago, she certainly did tell me not to give up. And I certainly did answer her by saying that I appreciated the thought and would keep it with me. But that only meant that I've decided to do so in my heart. Not that I'd be announcing it to everyone and anyone around me.
So, what's the issue? It's nothing to feel guilty about, right? There's not really any need to hide it, is there?
I haven't even confirmed her own feelings yet. What good is me getting all carried away by myself going to do?
Ogiso told me all about it already. You've been together for 3 years. You've even won her parents over.
That was 3 years ago. 3 whole years have passed since then. This slight bit of optimism only on my end isn't enough to simply just repair the relationship which I've destroyed without leaving any traces. It's just that I've finally decided to face my goals straight on. As of now, I don't know just how long we'll be separated from one another. And I don't know how long it'll be before we reach one another again, either.
In that case,
I'll go talk to Nakagawa-san. I won't make it any worse for you, okay, Sugiura?
please give me Ogiso-senpai's cell phone number. I'll confirm it with her myself.
Would you cut it out already?
You're the one who should cut it out already.
Why do you always stick your nose into places that other people don't want you to?
This time around, it concerns me as well, so I have no choice.
How many times have we argued like this already? You're just using that as an excuse, aren't you? You're just trying to get involved in our affairs again, aren't you?
It's all because you can never bring yourself to make firm decisions, senpai.
She's gotten so defiant about it. If there's anything I've learned this past month, it's that whenever Sugiura is like this, she's not far from turning into an invincible champion of justice.
It's so irritating. It always annoys me to no end whenever you say these indecisive things.
I'm the one getting annoyed here. Just when I thought she'd become a bit more modest. Just when I thought her busybody and hard to get along with personality had finally been overshadowed by her good traits.
I want you to stop trying to run away. Do it for my sake as well.
And what if this stupid idea of yours makes it even more awkward between Setsuna and me?
If that happens, I'll take responsibility and help you in any way I can, taking what's best for you, Ogiso-senpai, and myself into consideration, senpai.
And to top it off, there are never any hidden agendas behind your meddling. All of it is out of a sincere consideration towards the other party.
You're fine with that, right?
Do whatever you want. Sorry for the wait. Here are the chocolate fudge sundaes you ordered.
Is that true?
Totally. It was a huge deal back then, but only for the female staff members.
Excuse me? Could I get a half-cooked rice omelet too, please?
Then I'll have the same thing as well. Certainly. Oh, aren't you going to repeat the order to us? Maybe I should report your lazy customer service to that one annoying trainer you guys have around here.
I got chewed out for that 5 times on the second day, you know? And 3 of those times I really did respond, but he still said stuff like, your voice wasn't clear enough, and don't change the order of things around or whatever.
Don't you two work the morning shifts? Why are you still here? Oh, is this how you treat your customers? Maybe I should report your lazy customer service to that one annoying...
It's not like we're not paying for everything, and we're not breaking any rules either. I can't believe you're shooing away legitimate customers. What an awful business model you guys have.
No. Could you repeat that? Allow me to confirm your order. 2 plates of half-cooked rice omelets, right? And could you draw our faces on it with ketchup? Put our names on it as well. We don't offer that kind of service at our establishment. Please come again.
He basically told us to get out again.
Please take your time, and please try to leave as soon as possible. I don't really like this employee's attitude. Maybe I should tell that one annoying trainer you have around here about it.
Sorry, so regarding what we were talking about earlier?
Oh, yeah. Tanichi, right? That's our nickname for Taniguchi-san. She started working here about the same time as I did.
About a year ago, right?
Basically, she confessed to that one annoying trainer here back then.
I guess she has no taste in men?
Well, you know, he was pretty tall, looked okay, took things seriously, was reliable, and not to mention was a student at Hojo. Those seemed like pretty impressive traits back then.
Looked okay? Did all of the female staff think that way?
But, you know, his response back then became something of a legend. In the end, before any weird rumors started flying around, both of them quit this job.
What did he say?
It was crazy. He said something along the lines of, "Don't mistake me looking after you at work as signs of affection," and pinned the blame on her. And he even went, "Don't talk to me about that ever again," on top of it.
That's like the exact same thing he said to my friend.
I see. So even after he quit, he was still using the same MO elsewhere, huh? How awful.
If he had just said that he had a girlfriend from the very beginning, he wouldn't have had to hurt them so much in the first place.
No matter how many times we asked, he always said he didn't have one. That's what got Tanichi's hopes up.
I can't forgive him. How could he get people's hopes up and then just crush them into the ground like that? Just thinking about it gets my blood boiling.
Could that be his true nature? A sadist that gets his kicks from seeing girls cry?
Unbelievable. He's as bad as they get. I finally see how he is now.
The 2 half-cooked rice omelets for table 3 are ready.
Hey, acting manager, could you take it to them for me?
Could you take your job a bit more seriously, Kitaharu-san? We're very short on people in the hall right now.
You only start putting pressure on people when you see them at their weakest, huh?
I'm not benevolent enough to feel sympathetic to people with a girlfriend.
I knew it'd turn out like this, which is why I was against the idea in the first place. I stand all alone in the face of the deteriorating impression the girls in the hall have of me, and the ire of the guys in the kitchen. Solitude usually implies being alone, right? This is taking a bigger toll on me than I thought. Hey, what's taking the omelet so long?
You're not lazing around in there, are you? Your hourly wage is nothing to scoff at.
Okay, I'll be there in a moment.
See, you're making the customers wait. Now, make sure to apologize to the customers properly. Got it?
With this, Sugira's concerns have faded away, and the atmosphere between the girls in the hall has also gotten a lot more peaceful, thanks to the valiant sacrifice of a certain annoying trainer. I just finished my shift. I'm about to head home. I can juggle work and the seminars just fine. You don't need to worry about me. Also, this is a short-term job, and I might even stop coming after New Year's. So, basically, let me just say this beforehand, that it's not my intention for you to get upset over this or anything, but I don't think you'll be a bother at all. But it might be boring or just a complete waste of time. It's only because of those trivial reasons, I swear. Basically, what I want to say is, please don't come to Goodies while I'm still working here. Will she get mad? But if she were to come over, I wouldn't be the only one who'd be picked on. Setsuna herself might even be inconvenienced as a result. The status of our relationship is still a bit hazy right now. So, having others misunderstand that she's my girlfriend would be... If somebody were to ask that to her face, what would she even answer with?
She replied already?
I never said I wanted to go.
And I can tell it sparked a rather emotional response from her from the subject alone. In the end, it took a total of 5 texts for me to finally calm Setsuna down afterwards. December 20th, Monday. I've submitted the paper. The last of my seminars also ended today. Even so, our upperclassmen from 4th year and M2 still don't get to enjoy Christmas or New Year's. Nevertheless, I guess winter break has finally started for us. I'm considering getting another part-time job along with the 2 I currently have by the end of the year. I don't think I'll be able to celebrate Christmas and New Year's as a result, but I have to earn some money now. When I start applying for a proper job next year, I won't be able to take on as many part-time jobs anymore. Where are you planning to go during winter break, Setsuna? Are you going skiing in Hokkaido or Okinawa? Maybe going overseas? I wonder. I can't imagine how you'll spend the holidays. I know that you're actually more of a stay-home person than you might seem, Setsuna.
No Christmas or New Year's, huh? You don't have to set up such a perfect guard. And to think it's already winter break.
The number you have dialed is not within the service area, or the device has been turned off.
What in the world is she doing? It's 5:30 p.m. She was practically crying while saying she didn't know the location of the party. So we decided to meet at the campus at 4:30 p.m. But even 45 minutes past the appointed time, Izumi still hasn't shown up. I suppose one could say this is business as usual for her, but I can't even contact her this time, which is something that has never happened before.
Alright, has everyone got a drink?
She never attended any of the seminars, even when her papers were due. But Izumi suddenly decided to attend the party all of a sudden, forcing me to make all sorts of adjustments. I wonder if anyone could control that lazy, whimsical horse. As bad as I might feel about saying that, it seems that I'm the only one capable of taming her.
Okay, before we toast, let's hear a word from Ogashima-sensei.
Kitahara, when will Izumi-san be arriving? I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't get in touch with her.
I canceled the plans I originally had with my family because you said she was coming, you know?
Well, why don't you just go see your family then? That's a pretty stupid reason to come to this party. Izumi said she would come, but she's not here, and a lot of the guys from the seminar are making a fuss over it.
What? So you two are going out after all? You think we're annoying for going after her or something?
It's really none of my business, but do you guys seriously like that kind of girl?
Well, you know, she's like the cream of the crop within our seminar, isn't she?
I truly wish he'd said that more quietly. There's a whole army of women right across from us.
She sits in the middle of being both cute and beautiful, and she's got this special aura around her.
She sure does. The aura of laziness. No comment on the first half of that statement, though.
She's straightforward, easy to talk to. It's always fun when she's around.
Well, there's no point in telling you that, since you're always with her.
Well then, why didn't you guys go help her finish that paper? I'm not always with her because I want to be.
No way. I still want to graduate.
Exactly. Then again, it's not as if I dislike her to the point of where I wouldn't want to be with her.
Besides, man, it's like common knowledge in this seminar that Kitahara and Izumi are going out.
We had the ladies ask for us before. She just laughed but never denied it.
That's not an answer at all.
Damn, this sucks. Come on, let's drink some more, Kitahara.
It's my turn next, and you're gonna get it if she doesn't show up, understood?
If I end up in an ambulance, it wouldn't be good for your future either, now would it, guys?
I had a feeling, but you really are a nasty person.
Sure am. That's why girls would never get near me. Izumi, what have you been doing all this time? And why was your cell phone turned off?
I'm sorry. I got into into a little trouble? Well, specifically, I learned a pretty hard lesson.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I bet you don't.
It's 2 hours after our appointed meeting time now. After calling me so late, Izumi sounds like she's a bit out of it over the phone. Well, whatever. Where are you? Want me to come pick you up?
Is it still going on? The party?
This place closes at 9 p.m., so we're good, yeah. Besides, there's going to be an after party anyway.
Is that so?
What's the matter? Are you saying you can't come?
No. It's not like that.
Izumi?
What to do?
Izumi is really acting strangely right now. The dynamic between the two of us is quite off because she's more languid than usual. Whether it be because she's lethargic or ecstatic.
What are you planning to do, Haruki? After the first party ends, that is.
Oh, I wouldn't mind going to the second party with you for today. Izumi?
Everyone's there, right?
Well, sure, it's a year-end party after all. You're the only one who never comes. Something strange. If she were her usual self, she would be able to control the flow of the conversation and wouldn't make it feel uncomfortable despite the difference in tempo. But she doesn't seem to be reading the mood today. In fact, it doesn't feel like she's listening to me at all.
Haruki,
What?
could you get out of there?
I don't understand what you're saying.
How about the two of us do the after party alone? Is what I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying.
So you can't, huh? But I really want to meet you right now.
Then hurry up and get over here. Everyone's waiting for you, you know?
Haruki, you really can't read the mood.
See, she's not reading the mood at all. You're the one who can't. Where did that sudden selfish request come from all of a sudden? But I guess the part where I thought she wasn't even listening to me was a little exaggerated.
You really can't, no matter what. It has to be now.
What do you mean? What are you even talking about? The two of us alone? Huh. There's no way our relationship wouldn't be shaken by words like that. She's been in my apartment so many times in the past month. Even though we're not dating or anything, we've spent hours, no, dozens of hours together alone. But still.
Come on, can't ya? They say you should strike while the iron's hot, right?
Come on, just say it in a way that I can understand. Why is it that today neither Izumi nor I want to back down on this? Alright, how about 30 minutes from now? Let's meet up in front of the east exit at Onjuku Station.
Can we? Really?
Well, I did promise I'd treat you before this.
Haruki,
Both of us must have realized it by now. The promise I made back then, when Izumi ended up staying at my place, had already become meaningless. Don't stand me up this time. I waited more than an hour already.
that was because... Got it. I'll be there for sure.
But we didn't bring it up because nobody would end up happy that way. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Neither of us would be, in any case.
Thanks for the hard work. Come on, drink up, drink up.
Sure.
Go. Bartender, another Manhattan, please.
Don't suddenly ruin the bar's atmosphere like that. The bar Izumi and I ended up going to is different from the pub I was at earlier. It's a short bar with a nice atmosphere. Well, it's supposed to be, but Izumi's acting like it's just another pub.
You should drink some more, Haruki. It's your treat after all.
I had plenty to drink earlier. But hold on. Are you seriously planning on making me pay for all of this? Cocktails are expensive. Maybe we should talk a bit more about that invalidated promise. Although I'm half worried about that, the other half of me actually feels relieved.
I mean it. Thanks for the hard work. And I'm sorry for dragging you out.
We should come up with an explanation later. Make sure our stories match when the upperclassmen ask what we were doing. Oh, don't sweat it. We don't have any lectures until after New Year's anyway. If Izumi was still feeling down like how she sounded on the phone earlier, I'd be having trouble deciding how to cheer her up right now. But this just ended up becoming another typical drinking party. An unfair drinking party where Izumi is complaining as she continues drinking despite me being the one who's sponsoring all the snacks and drinks. But I don't need to think about such trivial things. I'll just go along with her and get my wallet sucked dry, then unwind by lecturing her. That's right, after all, this is how we always do things. Hey, Izumi, there's a new glass in front of me. Every time I finish my drink, Izumi orders another one for me without asking for confirmation. And before my breaks even kick in, I'm already done with the next class. Though perhaps I'm at fault too. Huh? On the other hand, Izumi is probably approaching her limit because just a while ago, she put a cherry of her cocktail mix in her mouth without finishing the drink. Even so, if I want to catch up on the amount she drank, I still need to have at least 2 more drinks. She's so fast. Hey, what kind of student were you in high school?
What's this all of a sudden?
It isn't really all that sudden. I asked you several times before, didn't I? It all started with the high school paper. It was about a folktale from an area from the north. It was a folktale from an area far to the north. Just looking for information on that kind of thing is extremely difficult. And it's also a very uncommon theme for a student to work on. It's only natural for me to rudely wonder how someone as lazy and slow-witted as Izumi would ever be able to complete such a paper. No, what's truly rude is how such thoughts come to mind so naturally, isn't it? You said you went to a school in the city. Which school, though?
Higashi Arikawa?
Oh, the one near Chiba? Wait, why'd she raise her tone at the end there?
It's not that I don't want to talk about it, but it's pretty boring, you know?
I never once thought talking to you was boring.
Huh?
Sorry. Izumi's shoulders flinched a little just now, I think. I didn't think my reply through, so I may have overreacted to her weird response. No. It actually makes me kinda happy.
Want an apology?
No, no need. On the counter, Izumi places her right hand by my left hand. But this is just another one of Izumi's usual pranks. She's just messing around with me. Whether it be with a light pinch or scratch with her nail, and I can't tell if she's trying to be intimate or if she's just playing a prank. That's why I didn't overreact to it. it's not a touch between members of the opposite sex, but simply between friends. I'm expecting her to say something along the lines of, 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war. Or, want to see who has a bigger palm? Any moment now. Hey, Izumi.
Want an apology?
No need. You don't need to apologize. I'd just like you to explain what you're trying to do.
Well, I just felt like teasing you a little, Haruki.
Oh. I had believed that was the extent of our relationship. But something feels different? The way our hands are touching seems different than usual. Rather, the way she's touching me in particular is...
I was just your common average girl.
When I attended high school. What's wrong, Haruki? Did you forget the question you asked? Not really. Izumi's hand is moving differently than usual.
Never stood out much in school. That's why not many of my classmates actually remember me.
Is that so? She's not pinching or scratching me, and she's not challenging me to a thumb war or comparing hand sizes either. She's just keeping her hand on the back of mine. Her small, smooth, and soft hand. Her grip is stronger than it usually is. Perhaps she's just not bothering to make sure I'm not embarrassed or hesitant this time. Still, she's not being rougher than she usually is. She's actually being more gentle. Rather, she's being more forward with the way she's touching me. That's why I can't shake off her hand as if it's bothering me like I usually do. I'm feeling both troubled and embarrassed, but I also feel a slight sense of security and acceptance of the current situation. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, etc. Chiaki and Haruki are hand-holding? How lewd! I almost had to censor that scene. I'm so glad they didn't actually show anything. I'm rather hot and bothered. I'm going to have to end the episode there. I nearly crushed my pearls from clutching them so hard.